Howdy, 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 my beautiful Aquarius. How are you doing? And Happy New Year. Let's begin your weekly tarot reading for January 2023, darling. See what's going to be happening, what's manifesting, what's going on in your life, right, Aquarius? And just like in astrology, check out more than just your one zodiac sign, Aquarius. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising to get the better understanding what's happening in your life in specific. And so let's just jump right into this here, Aquarius. We're going to be starting out pretty strong here, all right? Knight of Wands, the Four of Cups, and then the High Priestess card coming in here. I enjoy this quite a bit here. And then even in the back of the deck, I'm going to be pulling this card as well, which is the Eight of Cups. So, Aquarius, I feel like you have been dealing with quite a bit. You have been, I don't want to just go as far as to say you've been going through some shadow work, darling, but I feel like you have been really reflecting on certain relationships in your life that you have walked away from. To be very blunt here. And while I'm not sitting here saying, Aquarius, where it's like you're sitting here reminiscing, be like, oh, I miss X, Y, and Z, like I don't feel like that's the energy really necessarily at all. I feel like you kind of just been having some crossing thoughts of wondering how certain people are doing in their life. All right. And especially when I see this High Priestess card coming in here, the High Priestess represents like having a spiritual or a deeper connection with the world, all right, as this High Priestess. And so it's like they are able to connect to the other side, right? And so I normally wouldn't go into this type of narrative here, Aquarius, but I feel like you're kind of catching on to like, this is where we're going to sound a little bit crazy, honey, all right? But you're not watching me thinking I'm normal, right? But I do feel like you're more so receptive towards people who are thinking about you, all right? And I feel like that's a pretty common occurrence for you, where it's just like, it's for you because I don't feel like you really sit on things too much, Aquarius. I feel like you're always constantly, your mind is racing here. And so it's just like when certain people from your past pop up in your head and it's like, oh, I wonder how they've been. I don't feel like you have any desire necessarily to connect with them per se, but I do feel like they've been crossing your mind a little bit. And I feel like you're just more so catching on to like where their thoughts are at as well. And so we'll tap into this, I'm sure, later on in your tarot reading when we get into the social aspect here. But Knight of Wands coming in here, it gives me very much so the type of person where it's just like you saw a lot of potential in them, but they needed to mature. All right. Very much so they needed to mature. They needed to experience some life experiences. Like they just needed to experience life. I feel like they lived a pretty sheltered life there. But enough about that energy. What's been going on with you personally here? Queen of Wands coming in here, in the reverse, Aquarius, and then the Seven of Swords and Ten of Wands. Oh, darling Aquarius. So I'm not going to chastise you too much about this because I'm no better of a person. All right, Aquarius, but I am going to say this with love and with care because I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to help you have your breakthrough and to progress in life, all right? I'm not here to just tell you what you want to hear. I feel as if, Aquarius, you are scared. I don't know. Well, maybe scared is like an overstatement. I feel like for you, it's like you're unable to fully do like everything that you've wanted to do right now in your current life, in your current environments. I feel like you have all these ideas, you have all these plans, you have all these desires of certain projects you want to do. Like you just want to do a lot, Aquarius, right? But then you have this Seven of Swords and Ten of Wands coming in here, all right? And so, while this is not no personal reading, Aquarius, so I'm not going to be getting up in your business like that in a general tarot reading like this, Aquarius, but I will be telling you that there's been just like a lot of baggage that has been holding you back from being able to just fully be a Queen of Wands. And I feel, if memory serves me properly, Aquarius, I got this in your last weekly tarot reading as well, where it's just like you've been dealing with like a little bit of imposter syndrome perhaps, or just like not fully living up to the potential that I feel like you already also know that you're able to live up to. All right. And especially with the Seven of Swords dynamic, because of this Ten of Wands here, it's giving me very much so the sense of where, how do I want to put this, Aquarius? It's almost like the sense of like whatever baggage you are having to deal with, I feel like it's doing you almost a disservice, not only just because you haven't been able to do everything that you want to do, Aquarius, but it's giving me like, it's impacting your view of yourself. I want you to think bigger. I'm gonna leave it at that, Aquarius, because I'm not sitting here trying to be your therapist, honey. All right. So let's just continue on with what is manifesting for you in the current future. Where is the current energy going? All right, because while the future is never solid, darling, I'm pretty good at being able to tap in to where the momentum of energy is going. So what's up with you, Aquarius? And so the first three cards already popped out here. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Death card, and then the Five of Wands, my least favorite card in the tarot deck, but it's in the reverse, so it's actually positive here. And overall, now Aquarius, I know many of you, if you're not too familiar with tarot, you're seeing this Death card and you're just like, Velka, I don't want anything to do with it. You can just, you know what? You can just put it back. I don't even know where I put the card here, so I'm not going to try to find it. So you'll just have to remember what the Death card is. But still relevant here, Aquarius. The Death card coming in here with the Five of Wands in the reverse. All right, this is letting me know where it's like the complications, the obstacles you've been having to deal with are starting to figure themselves out. That's what I see this more so as. And then this Three of Pentacles coming in here, it's pretty interesting here, Aquarius. Again, I'm not too worried about coming off as a weirdo, especially to my Aquarians, but this gives me very much so like there's like a major block that was stopping you from being able to do projects, and then whatever projects looks like to you. All right, for some of you Aquarians, that project might have been like a literal person or just like a literal project here, but I feel like there's definitely some type of whatever this Five of Wands is, and I feel like it's a little bit associated with that Ten of Wands and Sound of Swords here, but it's definitely like the obstacles. All right, let me go into a little bit detail of this Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is just like competitiveness, people seeing you as as competition rather than seeing you as a team player. But also the Five of Wands is like very much so the type of energy where it's just like it's always something, right? It's like you have this grand idea to be like, you know what? I think I want to start a YouTube channel, or whatever you want to start, right? My YouTube channel is my first always analogy, right? It's like you want to do something, or it's like you want to work out, Aquarius. You want to work on your health. And the moment you like start trying to do that, some wrench is thrown into your plans, and it's just like, well, that screws that up, right? It's almost like this message here, Aquarius, where it's like you wish things just were a little bit easier. You might have even felt on some level, Aquarius, where it's like you piss someone off on the universe, or like the universe is just really focused in on like giving, what this makes me think of, Aquarius, regardless of what you believe in, darling, because it's not my business, but it's like there's the phrase where it's just like God gives their hardest battles to their strongest. All right. And so I feel like that's for you, Aquarius. If you heard that phrase by somebody or just saw that online somewhere where you're just like, God, I don't know where you got it messed up and twisted in that you think I can handle all of these battles, but you need to quit it. All right. That's where I feel like you are at this point, Aquarius. I don't feel like you're really necessarily struggling. Watch me be saying this and you're like watching this with like tears in your eyes and like, Velka, want to bet, but no, I don't feel like, I'm like the least concerned about you guys, Aquarius, if I am going to be honest here, for how you're handling things, because you're very self-aware. These tarot cards really showcase that you have a strong self-awareness with all this here. And it's just like you're going through the motions. You're just a little bit tired. You could use a nap. So let's get into your social life, Aquarius, see what's going on there. Now, this could be regards to a romantic situation, someone from the past, present, or future, family, what have you. All right, I'm going to try to be as specific as possible so you know if this portion is for you or not. Eight of Pentacles coming in here, the Star card in the reverse, and then the Page of Pentacles. So interesting here. Aquarius, this is your card in the major arcana. The Star card has strong Aquarian energy association here. Now, in this type of dynamic here with this Eight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles here, Aquarius, I don't feel like this is definitely a little bit different from my other air signs, because it's like, well, I feel like there hasn't been too much communication with somebody. Maybe there's like a misunderstanding perhaps, Aquarius, or what have you here. But this reads off as somebody having a strong interest in like wanting to get to know you deeper. And so while it's like, I know that can kind of come off Aquarius as where it's just like, oh, maybe there anything wrong in the first place. I don't really necessarily feel like it is the case. If it is the case, I feel like it's like someone having this desire and wanting to talk about like the elephant in a room in the name of like improving the relationship that you have with them. All right, because the Page of Pentacles, this is, you know, in a social way, this would be like someone extending out their pentacle to you, right? And, you know, communication. And so waving like the white flag is a phrase that I hear. And then the Eight of Pentacles is just naturally where it's just like someone has definitely reflected, someone has definitely learned and grown on some level, and that's probably what is inspiring the Page of Pentacles, the communication. All right, and then the Star card coming in here in the reverse, this is why I'm kind of putting more so like a negative connotation to this, even though that's not usually my style, Aquarius, is because this is quite literally your energy, Aquarius. This is giving me this sense of where it's like, not to say that you feel disempowered with association with this relationship, but it definitely isn't sunshine and rainbows. You know what I mean? It's, you know, I feel like the elephant in the room is a perfect analogy for that if there is a problem here. But on the other side of it, because I don't feel like it always has to be about something dramatic and negative per se, this could be easily a dynamic of somebody where it's just like someone noticing that you are keeping them at arm's length. All right, because there is like this sense of where it's just, I feel like on some level, Aquarius, like there's someone that you keep at arm's length, whether that's by choice or just subconsciously for you. Maybe you just have some trust issues, honey, and have a hard time with vulnerability here. And this could easily just be someone being like, hey, Aquarius, I'd like to actually get to know you on a deeper level. I know you're holding back, and I'd like to get to know what makes Aquarius tick. All right. And so I'm not going to be sitting here telling you, Aquarius, be like, oh, you need to be vulnerable, connect to people, honey. Honey, I left 2 different cults, honey. Like, I'm the last person to tell anybody who and how they should open up to somebody. All right. But, you know, just to have you have that in your awareness. I said that weird. But let's get into your oracle reading for today, Aquarius, and I'll leave you to the rest of your beautiful Wednesday. So your moon oracle card for today, Aquarius, is the new moon in Libra. Know that you are loved. So this is a little bit of a corny message. Let's get a tarot card to clarify this deeper. Page of Swords. All right. And so I'm going to be piggybacking off of what I was just talking about, Aquarius. All right. Where it's just this sense of like someone wanting to connect on a deeper level here. I do feel as if this person has some honest, just transparent intentions towards you here. Page of Swords, you know, by definition, this is like a card of like unrefined communication, or in some cases immature. But when I say immature, I don't mean like literal child. And this is just like not fully developed, or just not everything that is being felt is being said. It also can represent someone keeping an eye on you. But Aquarius, I feel like you're a little bit of an enigma right now. So it's not really as if someone can keep much of an eye on you. But yeah, this really to me just gives off like another affirming message where it's just like they have honest intentions towards you, right? Or it is this genuine sense of someone just genuinely wanting to understand you, Aquarius. And so I know, again, I'm being very presumptuous, but I know that might come off as like a foreign concept for you, Aquarius, where it's just like someone just wanting to connect to you for you. But that just seems to be the case, honey. I don't know, argue with the tarot cards, not me. Let's get into your animal oracle card for today, Aquarius. All right, so you have the number 66 equaling to 3 in numerology. So go ahead and write that number down for me later on, Aquarius, and see what messages the number 3 has for you. And then you have the white raven spirit, trust in magic. Trust in magic. Aquarius, this is again where I'm going to get a little bit weird here. You have the Tower card as well. So I'm going to get a little bit weird here, Aquarius. All right. Seems to be my theme for you. Anyways, I feel like, Aquarius, you pay it like, how do I want to word this, darling? I feel like you have been getting some strong intuitive messages when it is associated with somebody. You know how I started this reading out saying it's like I feel like you're catching on to someone's wavelength. I'm just now putting all the puzzle pieces together. I'm like, holy crap, wait a minute here. This is all very synchronized, or not synchronized, aligned. Aquarius, I feel like there's like I'm being shown, the reason why I'm like struggling saying this is because it's like I'm being shown like imagery, and I don't know how I want to really quite, if I want to use an analogy or not, but it's like I'm being shown like a figure, and I know for some reason this figure is like represented as someone on your spiritual team. Could be a spirit guide, ancestor, darling, what have you. I'm connecting to hundreds of Aquarians, so I don't know. Obviously, it's not connecting to one specific spirit guide, but it's like you're seeing like your spiritual team standing next to somebody. That's what I keep on being shown. Just like they're standing next to somebody and you're receptive towards it. I don't think the person is aware that they're standing next, like there's that your spirit guide's standing next to them, but it's like you're, I don't know, you're just very privy towards like your spiritual team really just bringing a lot of attention to this one, like some specific energy. And so it's like, or maybe it's just like in a situation or something like that. Whatever the case is like there's definitely some strong spiritual, I roll my eyes at it because I feel like it's such an overused thing from me, but it is like some type of strong spiritual energy that like, it's a vibe, darling. It's like you're really catching on to some type of vibe, and just feel it out, I suppose, and just trust in like what spirit is trying to guide you to, and listen to it. So that's the weekly tarot reading that I have for you today, Aquarius. Hopefully something in here made sense for you, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye, Aquarius.